Okay, guys, so we got all of the crates over in the factory next door situated, and let me show you what we ended up with. So here's a crate of just hacksaw blades. This is this, and this are steel bars and steel ingots. This is handles, and then this was all the random stuff that we found laying around in the place. So the factory is pretty much cleared out now. Now, while we were doing that, power went out. So the generator is now running. We are 4 days, 9 hours is what we've got that we can run. Now, as you can see, today is an ugly ass fog day. I mean, that is pea soup fog out there today, guys. So, I think we are going to work the issue here at the house. So what I'm going to be looking for, what I'm gathering up here, is clay. I know I acquired clay. I just got to find it. Once I find the first one, I'll know what it's stored under, as it were. Bag of wallpaper paste. Because if nothing else, we will go and we'll go get some somehow. It'll be under sack. We'll grab sacks and we'll go get clay. Sack of gravel, sack of sand, sack of Julia. Sack of sand, sack of gravel. I'm sure we had some clay. Sack of clay. There's with the sack of clay. Sack of clay. Sack of sand. So let's grab sacks as well. Because maybe we'll go looking for some more clay. I don't know. Kind of depends on what that fog does. So that gives us 4 sacks, and then the sacks of clay. I think what we're going to do is we're going to grab a crate. Okay, and we are going to take the crate up to the roof. Oh, so yeah, so I gathered all of that stuff up and brought it over here. In addition to doing that, I read like 3 or 4 books. I read the pottery book. I read the metalworking book. I read the maintenance book. And then I read all of the flyers and all of the magazines. No! Last thing I need to do is jump down there and break a leg. Alright. Oops. Did we put the... I bet we didn't. We didn't. Of course we didn't. We put the crate up here, but then we didn't put the stuff in it. So, sacks of clay are going in there. We're going to keep the 4 sacks with us. Let's see what we need. Is it build or craft? Let's see. So, advanced kiln, we're going to need clay, and we're going to need a mason's trowel, right? Blacksmithing, we're going to need a blacksmith anvil. I think we have a bench anvil downstairs. Clay cement, which is going to need clay, and then we're going to need buckets and water. And then we're going to need a forge. Forging, turning metal into sanded glass. So we're going to need a forge. So that's stone blocks, right? And an anvil and a bucket of cement and a mason's trowel. Furnace is stone blocks, bucket of clay, cement, and a mason's trowel as well, but not the anvil. Grindstone is going to need planks and nails. Pottery, we're going to need clay and mason's trowel and a kiln. That's the advanced kiln. We're going to need a pottery wheel, which is going to be boards, nails, and a press is going to be boards and nails. So we're going to bring up a bunch of boards. We're going to bring up a bunch of nails. We're going to bring up all the stones. Right? All right. Because like I say, I think we're going to do our... I don't know if we could do it. We could do it in here, I suppose, but I kind of feel like... Part of me feels like from a story standpoint, I don't want to be outside. Alright, so... Take what we can of the stones. Alright. So the stones are going to go upstairs, and then we're going to bring up a bunch of wood. Stones and the large stone. Right? Okay, we're gonna have to bring up a couple more crates too. Grab half of them, and then we're going to go over here. We're going to grab the nails, and grab some planks, and we're going to strain ourselves and take all of that upstairs. So I feel like I guess we're not going to be able to reach. I was hoping to be able to stand between the two and transfer them, but apparently not so much the case. Alright, I feel like we're going to need water up here. So we're going to want a tarp. Probably want to grab 2 if we've got them, because we're going to want a water catcher for the sink. I feel like we've got more than one. I feel like we should have more than one. Alright, and then we're going to need a mason's trowel. We're going to need the metalworking chisel and the metalworking punch. I know that. At some point. Probably going to need a wooden mallet. Going to need a plastering trowel. Small file set. Small punch and chisel set, probably. I know we're going to need tongs. Now see, there's a bench anvil. I don't know if that's what they're referring to or not, but we're going to grab it. Club hammer. Maybe a ball peen hammer. I know we found a stoneworking chisel, so when we see that, we gotta grab it. Mason chisel. There it is. Right? All right. Okay, what else? So, we're going to want to build carpentry, Rain collector tarp. So, build. I guess it doesn't matter. We'll be able to move it once, you know, once the time comes. Right? And then we're going to want to build... Oh, we're going to need a flat surface, aren't we? Let's go get a couple more crates, because crates should give us a flat surface, right? It'll also give us storage room. I mean, I don't know if it'll give us the quote-unquote flat surface that we require, but we're going to try it. All right, so now we need to craft square stones, right? Stone blocks, isn't it? Maybe we can't do that yet. Blacksmithing requires stone block. So, craft. Block. That's ingots into blocks. S-T-O-N-E. Break larger stones into stones. Knap larger stones into stones. Make stone block from stone. Requires masonry level 1. Alright. Skill. Masonry we have not read yet. Okay. What can we potteryize? Hand operator press pottery wheel. So we can make a pottery wheel. Let's make a pottery wheel. Build. So we got that or that. Okay, fine. I imagine we can move it later. Why did it not? Did it build it outside on the ground? That would be really weird since we were 3 stories up. Question is, did it use the resources? I don't know. All right, well. Build. Pottery wheel. Build. I guess maybe because we got too far away. Well, if we build it here, I'm going to assume that if we build it, we can move it. Okay, good. We can pick it up. Okay, so there's a pottery wheel. And then we want to build pottery. Advanced kiln. We need 20 clay and a mason's trowel. All right. Sacks of clay. That's 8. So we need 20. We need one more. And then mason's trowel. And then we can build an advanced kiln. Right. Can we pick that puppy up? Looks like we can. Maybe, maybe not. Picking up trash. Maybe we can't move it. That would suck. Well, we're learning. We're learning what we can and can't move. Right? Alright, so we can make stuff here. We can fire it here. Pottery bench, we don't have that level yet. Press. We're going to need planks to press stuff. Alright. So, take those. Take those. Build pottery press. Okay, so we can move that, and we can move that. We can't move that. All right. Build. Blacksmithing. Advanced forge. We need stone blocks. So we have to cut stones into stone blocks in order to raise our masonry skill. But before we do that, we need to read the masonry book. Because otherwise we're not going to get the points for doing that. Is the fog lifted? The fog has lifted. Alright, good. What do we got? Alright, let's do this. Let's put that away. Let's put that away. Trash will throw away downstairs somewhere. Plank. And the trowel. We're going to take the sacks with us. We're going to put the masonry book on the bed so we know that we need to read it. We're going to need a shovel. Is that under tools or is it under gardening? It would make sense to me that it would be under gardening, but I don't know. I mean, we got snow shovel. And I don't remember. I know we've done it before, but I don't remember what the hell it was under. Maybe we can use a gardening trot. I only want one. Spade. There's what we wanted. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. Because it's no longer as foggy out. We're going to go it's time to eat, isn't it? We don't have anything on us, do we? All right. Grab some stuff that we can grab that, you know what? There. Now leave me alone. Now, we are looking a little worse for wear on the van here, but that's life. Now, we're going to do... Let me make sure there's a rope in the back of the van. There's a rope in the back of the van. We're going to do a couple of things. One, we're going to go look for some clay. Two, we're going to go south on this main road and then go east. The reason we're going to do that is down that way somewhere is the horse track or the horse something or another, the country club and what have you. I want a trailer. But perhaps we can find a trailer down at the horse place. I mean, that sort of makes sense to me. And then tonight we will read the masonry book and we will cut stone block tomorrow. Because that way we'll get the extra points for it. As far as clay, we may need to go up to town and go right up to the water for clay. I'm in a biscuit eater. We'll check that on the way back and see. We need to start marking these. so that we don't run into them. Now the country club is probably going to have a bunch of zombies. We'll see. But I want to take a spin through. Don't come out here in a hurry, that's for sure. Not if you can't drive, not if you drive as badly as I do. So that's the parking lot. No trucks there. Ambulance there. How many are there? 3? All right. I did that because I want to raid this. Ambulance. Because I want the trauma bag and I want the sutures. I feel like the burning is just pretty looking. Can't just drop the trash, really? Alright, let's see what all is in here. Toss that in there. How's that deal with us? Okay. Come on, get in the van. Ooh, lots of. But I don't see any trailers. I'm hoping for trailer. I don't know that we want to stick around here. There's going to be a lot of Zeds. So that just spins Louis around there. Alright, so that just spins a Louis around there. I was hoping for a trailer, for like a livestock trailer. Doesn't look like that's going to be the case. Where does this take us? Barns. Like a lot of hay. Ah, there's a trailer. Can we snag that trailer? And I feel like we most certainly can. $140. All right. You know what? I wonder something. Maybe we go over here and look first. We're going to come back for that trailer, though. See what's over here first, though. Hey, there's one of our cool vans. I think that's just going to be a dirt trail around the resort. Oh, come on. Not back far enough. All right. Check the cars while we're here, I guess. Always use an extra gas can. All right. Well, busted the window anyway. I feel like it's worth at least making the try. Before oh, that's right, that one we got the gas can out of. Now, might be silly. Nope, that's a junk car. All right, well, we got a cargo trailer. We did not get a livestock trailer, but we got a cargo trailer. And I get the sense this goes down through the parking lot. Through a parking lot. Not the same parking lot, but a parking lot apparently. Thread the needle a little bit there. So we did not end up with what we had hoped we would end up with, but we did get a trailer. We did get some medical supplies. Now we got to do the slalom course on the way out of here. Okay, down a little further. See if we see anything. Getting hungry, we're getting thirsty. Like a rich development here, huh? Big houses. Wonder how you get in. Probably back at the country club. This is all probably part of the country club from the looks of the fence. Yeah, it must be. All right. That being said, do we ever sacks with us? We ever sacks with us? All of this stuff's going in there. Right? And then that's going in there. That's going there because that's what we need. All right. I thought I saw on the other side. Play. Potentially. Take some play. The clay over there. There's a zombie on the railroad bridge, though. Alright, that's all I see anywhere close. Ish. I'm gonna go up here and deal with this zombie and go get the piece of clay on the other side. And then go back to the van and go home. Alright, well, we got some more clay. So one more thing sort of accomplished. Get home. It might be a nice place for multiplayer because it's got a good fence and it's got some nice houses, and I see some garden plots already made. Certainly a lot of trees for building. Alright, that's the country club. Our poor little van's a little worse for wear. We're going to end up having to swap out vans. I don't have bolt cutters or anything to get into that, unfortunately. I don't believe, because sometimes they have decent stuff in them. Alright, we said we were going to check this on the way back. Let's get around it first in case we've got to get the hell out. Nice animation. Big whoopsie. Those we can use. Boy, this was a bust, huh? Damn it. I had the goddamn whatchamacallit in my hand. It showed the whatever. But damn near nothing. Damn it. Oh well. I had a goddamn crowbar in my hand. Guess you can't bust the window with a crowbar. I don't know. Whatever. Fine. We hurt it ourselves, but we'll get over it. It's not a goddamn zombie bite. Alright, back to the house. Make ourselves something to eat, get ourselves some water, go read our book. Okay. What do we want out of here? Nothing right now. What do we want out of here? All of it. Gas can is going to go in the back of the van. Because it's empty, it needs to be filled, which means it's got to go to the gas station. The trauma bag we want out of there. Everything else should be empty. All right. Trauma bag. Alcohol. alcohol wipes, bandage, beta blockers, forceps, sleeping pills, sutures. We want to take half the wipes. Scalpel needs to go in there. Alright, this and this we need to read at some point. Alright, gardening trowel goes back in gardening. We don't need it. We have the spade in the car. Right? Right. Alright, so. Now we have the spade on us. We don't have it in the car. Well, that ought to go in the car. That goes there. Sacks go sacks go in the back of the van, spades go in the back of the van. Battery goes wherever. Unfortunately, the generator doesn't reach that far. So that's all filled. All right. One of the water containers goes in the back of the van. The other two stay on us. And that's clay. And that's that. What can we grab that we can eat and not have to butts too much? We'll eat the popsicle. Did we eat the popsicle, or did we? Yeah, it took us down on the hunger a little bit. All right. We will make proper food tomorrow. Bye. Right? Good. Grab that. Rest for a minute. Read it until 2400 and then we're going to bed. Alright guys, end of another episode. See you in the next one. Bye.